1, 2, mic check. I guess today is the day before Thanksgiving, so we're going to leave the chat open for anyone on YouTube. It's more difficult for me to do that on Twitch. More a pain in the ass. I don't know actually how to do it either. It's not an easy button hit or anything. So on YouTube today, if you want to maybe watch on Twitch and then chat on YouTube, you can do that if you want. Idea. Another way would be to sign up for Amazon Prime, and you can subscribe free there for Twitch commentary. I think you can still do that. I want to warn you, I'm a little messy this morning. I'm not hungover or anything on any drugs or anything like that, but I'm a little rough around the edges. I've been dealing with doctors the past day. Actually, this past couple days. Or no, Friday and then yesterday. It's been a little bit of a blur around here. And some fast changes going on in our Thanksgiving. Happy Thanksgiving, by the way. For any of you that stuck around for this move higher. Yesterday was nice and clean too, right? Good morning out there. Happy Thanksgiving to you if you're still not on vacation. I look a little rough this morning. I'm going to look rough. Like last night I was back on drugs again. Or yesterday, I should say. I was back on drugs again yesterday. I'm dealing with a slip disc or a sciatic nerve injury that I didn't expect to have. And I went to doctors yesterday. It got worse. It's worse than I thought. I'll talk to you more about it another time, but just a note to you that I'm not doing so well. I'm kind of glad it's pushed it off to Thanksgiving anyways, so it's worked out kind of well. And I have more doctors coming. I'm not done yet. I thought I would be done, but I'm sober though, but I'm not on any like opioids or anything like that. Nothing like that, but so I am like of clean, sound mind. Wanted you to know that. But some of you are going to be here. The stock market should slow down today, just so you know. People are slowly exiting stage door left as we get closer and closer to Thanksgiving. If you're not going to be here all day long, I just want to wish you a happy Thanksgiving. Tried to turn the show on a little bit early today so that we could think about what today entails. And I think we took a poll. By the way, if you're watching on Twitch, you can always, if you're watching on Twitch and you want to chat, I think you can go to Amazon Prime. You can just Google search like Amazon Prime Twitch membership or Twitch subscription or something like that. What you can do is you can sign up for free to chat on Twitch, and Bezos pays your way. For me to open up to chat on Twitch today, it's more difficult. It's like a pain in the ass. Like I got to go in the back end and do a bunch of stupid shit. YouTube's easier, so I can just click one button. So if you want to watch on Twitch, if that's your preferred way to watch because there's no native delay, where YouTube has one, you could watch on Twitch and then comment on YouTube. I did open up YouTube's chat today for subscribers, which is just click a button, subscribe, and you're chatting immediately. It is Thanksgiving. So I want to say a few things to you. Number one, happy Thanksgiving to you. That I'm grateful that you've chosen to watch this show for so long. I want to also say thank you to you for being so good to each other. As a community, I know that this year in particular was a challenge for us because what? We have a lot of politics in the stock market this year, right? It hasn't been easy for everyone. Anyone, doesn't matter who they are, doesn't matter what they are. There's politics in our stock market. The stock market's so much easier when there isn't, right? We hang up our hats, we go to work, and then we leave at the end of the day. And we've again injected politics into our stock market, and that's a challenge for all of us. And all of you that are here today in this community have been able to bite your tongues, right, or be nice, or not get involved, or not let it overtake or consume you. That is a very important part of being an adult, right? A functioning, responsible adult. And so I want to say I'll tell you how grateful I am to all of you for still being here, hanging out with each other even after all this. You know what I mean? So thank you. And I want to let you know how grateful I am to see how resilient you are as a community after all this time, that you're still together and you're still here making money. I'm so happy Thanksgiving to you, all of you too, for being the better man, the better woman, the better they, them, whoever you are out there, whatever you consider yourself. Happy Thanksgiving to you. Also, happy Thanksgiving to your family and your friends if you have them. For what? Putting up with us, right? We're retail stock traders and investors. That's not easy, is it? So I want to say thank you to all your family and friends out there for supporting you through what you do. And what else we got here? We got one more day left, right? Then we got a half a day on Friday. And then we come back to the market in the new month. And I think before we get going this morning, a few things. 6830 is looking like a target. It could be, it could be like a sausage you're not going to hit right now, but I want you to think about a couple things here. Let's go up here and look. And we're going to go to the trigger screen. And I had drawn in what I think is going to happen today, but I deleted it because I wanted to go through it with you. And there's two reasons for this. We know that we have all-time highs up here, right? We always know we come up for all-time highs, let's say, and we sell, and we try it again, right? Maybe we take out the all-time high, and the third time we get above it, right? Fair point or not? You have to remember when we fail it the first time that we might hit it the second time. So this is the first miss right here. You would expect your second one to actually tag somewhere in here, right? Then sell. You got to remember the failure here. And that brings up our next point, which is when we are dealing with this stuff over here, what do we have happen, right? We failed this one right here. This was the trap. Not the trap. Excuse me, this was the trap up here. Everyone thought this was the trap. It wasn't. This is the trap. We didn't get caught in this, believe it or not. We knew this. This was the Veterans Day bear trap, and then Veterans Day bull trap, right? The downside. Not an easy trade, was it? Well, I don't remember this being easy. I remember this being very difficult. And to me, I'm assuming if this was difficult for us, I'm going to make an assumption if this trade was difficult where bears got super ramped out the day before, and then bulls got trapped probably second half of the day. And I think we did great, but I don't think the rest of the market did great. I think that a lot of people got caught in this, a majority. So to me, this is kind of the this is the place. This is the place to me. And probably, I don't know if it's this one. I think it's this one over here. I think it's that one right there. This is the one matter of fact, too, I don't think they sold this until, it was the morning they sold this. We closed long, and they gave no out here. We closed at like 2:30, 3:30 in the afternoon here. And if you were long into the open on the next morning, this was Thursday, you didn't even get to get out. You were just you're kind of jacked. And it got real ugly, didn't it? And this is even more ugly than this drop over here, right? This thing actually, this move down here, I want to say we went risk off in here. Was it? No, it wasn't. Yeah, I think it was right there is when we went risk. It was either there or it was like somewhere in here. I'm on a 4-hour right now, but it was somewhere in here. Market went to risk off. So we'll pay attention to this one up here. We'll talk about this some more here too. we want to talk about time. You know, time, always time. And what do we have going on today? We've got hopefully it's not 9:30 yet. I think we go up, by the way, today. Now here's 1600. This is today. And then we get on Friday, we get Friday gets weird, like short half day. And my thesis here is that, at some point on a close, either today, Friday, the market's going to want to, I think it's Friday into Monday, but it could start today, where you do something like this over that weekend. They take all your stops, and then you come out, you come back on Monday, and we're selling we either should be selling like a high up here, or even an all-time high, one or the other, into early next week. That's when we should come back and sweep out that gap that's down below, and find do we have second legs for a trade up in the end of the year, and that would be your 700, 705, 695, 720, whatever your target is up there. That should come out next week. Now, the thing I would say about today is I would say what people do when we get to this point, because if you look down here, bottom right, this is 68 or 6785. And what I think I told you over here was that this is SPX, by the way. What I think I told you over here was that if we jump above 6,800, there could be a trigger to buy calls in here and some more grinding. So we want to pay attention to that too, like 680 to 630. We know that we're going to roll off that, but it could beget selling, could trigger selling. We also have another thing to deal with here, which is traders jumping off the boat at the same time. So what happens is you've got, I don't know if you'd call this not only just trap buyers, but you also have duration traders, duration investors that are warned here. Here's your warning. And now you want to get off the bus, maybe, or maybe not. So you don't sell, you don't panic sell, you don't care if it takes 1 week, you don't care if it takes 3 months. The moment that you're come back here, you're afforded the chance to exit. So if your stops are right here, where do you execute those stops? Right? If your stops are right here and you get shanked, right? This would be like a liquidation break in a 1 minute time frame. You get to come back up here, right? Now we all know what happens here, right? You can get sent to the pack in, you can squeeze up, get sent back in, you can squeeze up, a couple new highs, and then you're back on the bus again, right? You're afforded that. That's why there's no black swans, by the way. This happens in either a day, or it happens in a week, or it happens in a month and a half. You know that when we black swan it, when we black swan like this, you'll typically get not just this move higher, but one more right there, even if it's same day. So there's no such thing in my book as a black swan. If you see price action that's more like this, that tells me that we'll be back at some point. You have to be patient. And sure enough, you're being given that opportunity right now. Being given the opportunity to get out and wait for conditions to improve. Now, some of you are going to want to stay long. So you're going to be like, no cap, it's only moon time. I think we said that down here, right? We said there'll be a lot of traders that'll say, nope, we're up here. It's automatically up. To be honest with you, for where we are right now, we're not out of harm's way. We would need to see the break higher. Some kind of a pullback here, and then something like this. And I don't think you have to go that high. I think you have to just go that high right there. Something like this. And this gives you, believe it or not, this gives you what you need to then be safe. You can see the daily trigger starts to come up here. And you can see that the hourly trigger will start coming through. And you have everything back as it should be. This is considered relative safety, isn't it? You've got your series of new highs. You've got your back tests of your hourly trigger. You've got price, hourly, daily. This really shows you how supportive the market can be, and also even if you make a mistake. So you buy this dip and it goes down here, and then all of a sudden it's back up again. We're making a new high. Oops, I bought the wrong dip. Oh, it repaired itself. There's some safety here. The difference between risk off and risk on is important to know. It is a key. Like where am I? I'm afraid to buy the dip cap. And you can see the difference between the two of these in here and the danger once you go risk off. Once you start to see the hourly cross that daily trigger, once you start seeing the daily trigger cross over, there's real true danger there. So you want to be able to identify that and what should or shouldn't happen and all that kind of stuff. So let's look at it from this perspective. Number one, we know we're coming into a place where investors and traders will exit. They don't care if we do the thing here and the thing here and back down here and then we're off and running. What they care about is that we're in safety. We know that. We also know that when we're in this this rotation here, that there'll be some kind of distribution. We know that in this particular case, people are going to want to get off the bus. And we also know that they can get back on if they want to. We also know that even if they get back on the bus, that we're near the end of the month or end of the year. So there'll be some profit taking in here too. There'll be what? Volatility in there. Let's take a look at one more thing before we move forward here. By the way, we're trading 6,800 right now. At this open, 6,800. I want to revisit one more thing here. Showed this to you. I believe I showed this to you early week, and I just want to show it to you again. Did I save this or no? Maybe I didn't save this. Okay, maybe I can't show it to you. I'll try to find it for you, but I wanted to show you the "You Are Here" post that I showed to you earlier in the week. I'll look for it in a minute. I guess I don't have it in front of me right now. So, sorry about that. First thing we're going to do is we're going to look at SPY here. We're going to check your weekly. Okay, we've got some improvement here in the weekly. That's good to see. That is outstanding. We're now back to defending below. This is great to see right here. We also violated a weekly upside here. This is good. This implies good things are ahead for us. I'm going to check the daily real quick. And right on a little bit of resistance here. You see that? And what we're really looking for here is, see that line right there? I want to see that one right there. Not the yellow bar, just that one right there. One's important. And this one right here is important. I want to put that one right there. That one's going to be yellow. A lot of information going on today, you can tell. A lot of probably, I would guess that we're in uncertainty today. Traders are like, where are we going? I'm like, we're going up, bro. We're going up. Let's check the 4 hour over here. We got some stuff we got to see here. You can start to see, so you can start to get some information here. We break this W. We could probably be sweeping these two down here. This is what the bears are looking for, right? Their Thanksgiving is this sweep right here. Probably what everyone's concerned about. Oh, we're gonna roll down, bro. We're gonna take out all these bulls, one last soul crusher before they go on their vacations. That's not how this is gonna go. I'll tell you right now. Not yet. We're not going down just yet. We're gonna do this whole thing. You're gonna see a lot of horse trading today. It ain't gonna be that clean. Just like that. We're gonna come right down here to an hour. I'm going to take a look at this. We got more information now. The only thing that really matters here is this white line and that white line right here. Between now and the weekend, that's it. This is all that matters. And look at us squeezing up right now, trading 678.50 right now. Trading also 6799.41 on SPX. What do we do in these situations here? Let's look at it right now. What do we do in these situations here? We're at 6,800, right? That's that big green line right there. Fairly easy, isn't it? We just want to see our heads poke up above it. We want to see if we can hold it. If we can make one more new high above it, we go up, right? Fairly easy. And if we pop our heads above it and we start making a series of new lows, make one new low underneath, we'll then talk about going down, right, and closing that new gap down there. This is between 6750 and 6800 and 6075, but we ain't down there right now, are we? We're slapping our green bar above it, aren't we? So what are we trying to trade up here? We got a little bit of a gap down below that needs to be closed. Maybe that's a early day FU or something. And something like this, right? Like you're banging up here. Maybe we sweep that down there, and then we come back up here for a Friday close. That sounds right to me. So it sounds right to me. 681.60 on Friday close, the latest. Today'd be even better. And as long as we don't break through 674, as long as we're not down here doing this kind of nonsense, we're not even discussing that yet, are we? We can save that for the first week of December, maybe? Maybe? I don't know. Can we? I don't know. It's either going to be price or time. Squeezing up right now. We're going to go back to the trigger screen. And we're going to look at a few things here. This is 10 a.m. flows. Hey, perfect. Try to sudden this back down, right? We'll then do the 12 p.m. flows right here. And I already told you before we opened that the way is not lower off the bell. So what we want to do is we want to probably do something like this, right? You know that the gap is, I believe, right here. So push up, right? We'll see if we're going to move that over. 11:30. Make this 10 right there. 10, 11, 12. Do we start selling or not? We don't know. Can we pop our head up for a new high to start taking that up? We'll find out, right? If we sweep this low into this close today, 1600, we want to leave the day with a new high. And we want to do it like this. Maybe come down and sweep a little bit of this, maybe. We'll make this like that. What we'll try to do is we'll try to close the day on a new high. That's what I want to see. Something like that. I want to see that today because I really want to come back, sell this down a little bit over the day off for Thanksgiving, and then come back for Friday. Just something like that. This looks like distribution to me. So here it goes like this. Here's 1. There's 2. There's 3. And then December, we would deal with. It would look something like this. So we're looking for this like big round here, right? Big round in here. And then some kind of jackknife down. Consolidation into 1st of December, and then we're out of here. Something like that. Now, can this start early? Sure. Where are you looking to buy that dip in December? All the way down here. I don't know that we can get this weekly, but I would assume 660 is the place. So we're like this. We're like that. Right? Hold on. We're like this. We're like that for a new high. We get one more right there. And now we're all about all-time highs. We're all about the 700 trade and all that kind of stuff. Everyone else is off board. Remember the 2 that I talked to you about. But once we get up into this prior high, right? Prior all-time high. You're gonna need. So this will actually won't be your first high. It might be. I could warrant it right there. There's your hourly trigger. You'll catch one more up here, hopefully right there. And now you're in business on your daily trigger. And we're just talking about in here, the trade, jackknife down, and then out of here. There's your 700. There's your 692. There's your 700. This could be a slog too. This could be time. We could like sideways in here for like middle of December. And then the trigger, of course, would more than likely be what? Let's just say it. Pricing in either a rate cut in December or pricing in a rate cut in January and February. Even if you don't get the rate cut in December, it ain't going to matter. If you get the verbiage, the language, we're just pausing. We're not even pausing. We're just going to try to push that cut out to January, March or something next year, and market will attempt to price that cut in. Even if it's just a dangling sausage, it ain't going to matter, right? And that's all they got to do for us to price in that 695, that 700 for the end of the year trade. So you can see it right here, right? Fairly easy to look at. So I don't know if there's any gotcha moments here. The thing that I would be looking for if I was a bull is I'd be watching closely 660 and 670, of course, on that pullback. And we'll look for any violations of this bottom white line, this white sweeper. If you want to get on sell side, I would recommend that you do not do it. You do not take that fucking trade unless you're following your rules. So you'd be looking for to take that trade is we're now price half hour hourly trigger. Bulls are not out of the woods yet. Not out of the woods in the first rip higher. I'm telling you right now, you're not. So if you're a bear, what you want is you want to go back to flipping. Now for the bears, at least for sell side, even though you know that, you want to see better risk management on selling. And I'm going to warn the bears most of this. When you're in risk off, squeezing is what kills a bear. So what you need to do if you're a bear is you got to see the roll. Something like this. That new low. Like here and here, and then you can rain hell on these bears over here. So the Bears have more work to do than the Bulls do. The Bulls are just waiting now for a high and a pullback. If they get, let's say the Bulls are down here and there, we see this. You see this come down. Whether that's here. If the Bulls see another high up here, they're going to take it. They're going to take it. If the Bears see something like this bloodbath, shank it straight down, and you're thinking, "Oh my God, it's gonna." Whoo. Bulls are done, right? And all of a sudden, you see the bounce, and your whipsawed up here. They're going to take that too, right? They're going to come right in here. They're going to slam this up and slam it. So just from the sell side perspective, right where we are. You want to see that nice roll. You want to see that like down underneath, and you're bam, Johnny on the spot, crushing bull dreams. So just if you're sell side, be a little bit more cautious. If you're buy side, the ball's in your court and buy side. So just be conscious of this, like, we're on offense, we're on hard defense, and then we're on middle of the court, balls back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. So both sides maybe want to be a little bit more cautious here moving forward. And I would not be selling this morning if you want to know. I wouldn't be selling it just yet. I think they're going to smash this whole thing. I think they're going to come here. They're going to tick this one. I don't know if this is so this is Wednesday. This is Friday over here. So, like, seeing this up here would not shock me. 681.60 price target. Either today close, Friday close, I don't know. If you're a bear and you're looking for a place to sell while we're still green, 681.60. That's all the Bulls have to do. The Bulls only have to touch that number right there. If they touch that number, it implies that they'll come back and take out 680. It implies that they'll take out 682.43. And it also implies that they will have a date with all-time highs. May not get it, but they have a date with it. This is all a bull needs to hit. 681.60. Currently trading a high of 679.21. We're going to switch back over here to 1 minute over here. And they've done everything they need to do at this point, too, for the day. Like, they've done, see this break above this yellow line right here? They've done everything they needed to do for today to attack this by end of day. They just need to maintain and hold this right now. We'll watch this closely together. We're only giving this here. Sweep these lows. Go back up at you yet again. Tighter, guys. Here's R1. So you can see it. Let's watch this closely. We want to be conscious of the flows at 10 a.m. Be nice to get one more pop over this, to be honest with you. Nice to get one more over this. Just tag it. Come right back down here. We're going to post this in here too, the 680 flows. This will be, keep this white, and we'll keep this small. We'll just make it a little dotted so we know that there's going to be flows up here. Okay, guys. Woo. Is the chat box not on? I'm in the chat box. Hold on here. I gotta see something. We have a chat box is muted. Oh, I got one muted on the wrong screen. Sorry, guys. I didn't know the chat box was muted. Happy Thanksgiving to you all out there. Hold on a second. We'll test the chat box now, see if it works. There we go. It's popping up now. All right. What else did we say we were going to do today? I think we also said if we had a chance today, we'll try to swing in and see who. You guys remember? Mr. Brian Watts. I don't know if he wants us over there. I didn't talk to him. I should have, but and I know he gets saucy on Thanksgiving. I know he gets not saucy like drinking or anything. He gets saucy. He gets fired up. He goes on. He does rants. I've never done that before. But I was talking to one of Brian's family members, and he was like, he's like you. He can take any side of an argument and just start shitting on people. I'm like, no. I've always liked Brian for that. Come in on a Monday and shit on the Bears. Come on a Tuesday and shit on the Bulls. List every reason why each side sucks balls. We'll see if he's streaming today. If he is, maybe we can all head over there. We'll go to his channel and hang out. This guy's awesome, man. He was like, I was a lonely trader. I fucking hated being a lonely trader. And there's the tick. There you go. And like there was like was it Benzinga Charlie? I think was one of the guys' names. And like he slowed down what he was doing. He did a bunch of music during the day and shit. And then like it was included in Think or Swim, I think, at one point, so I could watch it. Then it was like behind a paywall, and Brian was the only guy at that time. Like Brian was like one of the first like guys where you could just pop in any day of the week and be like, "Fuck, I need somebody next to me," and he was there. He was always there. Sick, didn't matter. He was always fucking there. He was always there in the most crucial moments, like the worst of the worst, the best of the best. Look at that cell. Look at that cell. Why are the Bears watching the show this morning? Do you guys have no family or something? What are you doing? Bunch of savages up here. I'm like, oh, just want to pop up for 1 minute. So if he's streaming today, I don't know if he is, but if he is, or if he pops on, I'll try to look for his channel and see if he's on today. What we'll do is we'll turn the stream off, or I can leave the stream on for you here if you want. And I'll pop off and I'll go into his chat and hang out with him and listen to him stream today. I don't get a chance to watch many people anymore. I don't do that. I had to stop because they were not in a bad way either. I was getting like too much influence from everybody else, and I'm like, I got to stick with what I'm doing, because like I have to research and do my own thing, you know. And so I stopped watching all these like videos at nighttime, the recorded shit, and like people make videos all night long. Everybody's in a routine. I had to break that whole thing once I started streaming. It was not easy to do either, and I was scared shitless doing that because you break your routine up. But Brian Watts, the GOAT, if he's out there today, we'll go see him and wish him a happy Thanksgiving to another fucking year of hanging on like you're supposed to do, right? Hang on to the bitter end. So what we'll do is We'll check him out if we have a chance today. We'll see if these. We'll check on these sell flows right here. See it right here. Want to see it? And we'll check back here. Probably. I think this is like 11:30ish. Yeah, I'm a little off. Maybe it's because of how I'm scaling between time frames. We'll do 11:30 right here. Something down here. And also note down here that we've got some. Maybe I'm being a little aggressive. How about this one? We'll do this one. We'll do that one right there. Do like let's do like 11:30 down here. We'll make it rain blood. We'll give the Bears like hope. Everybody needs hope, right? We'll see if we can pick this back up at noontime. Let's do it right there. Clean this up. No requirement that we clean that up. If we putt around sideways, this has been a common thread, right? We don't do the sharp correction. We just do the grind. Then all of a sudden it's party time again. We're up and running. So we don't have to close this stuff up. We'll just leave this as a possible outcome between 10 and 12. And take another stab at it as we move forward. We'll use our rules. Rules, rules, rules. Always rules. Even when FOMO kicks in or when fear kicks in, right? I think we've talked about that. We tend to lose our rules when we're in states of emotional stress, I guess, or it could be positive or negative stress depending on which side you're on. Whether it's sell side, buy side, tend to give that stuff up. Watch this closely here. You got served. I was thinking this morning I was going to put a post on Twitter where I was like, there's like I just got a slam dunk in on the Bulls before we get into like Thanksgiving. Like, what's your mindset this morning? Is your mindset I want to pull back? Is your mindset I want to destroy Bulls today, day before Thanksgiving? Oh yeah, there it is. Oh yeah, crush their dreams over there. Crush. I had to be here for this today, didn't I? Could not be here. Oh God, terrible. Oh, pants are on fire. My hair is on fire. Hell yeah, Filthy Frank. That's a good word. I would run with that name. Filthy Frank as a streamer name would be great. I don't know if that's a real streamer, but if it was, I would totally use that name. I gotta tune in to Filthy Frank today. What are you doing today, honey? I'm watching Filthy Frank and Trade and leave me alone. Leave me alone, Dottie. That's an old Armageddon quote. Oof, look at those red candles. How you guys doing? Happy Thanksgiving out there. Let's get y'all caught up on some news. I think you have the gist. If you're just tuning in right now, I reviewed what I think should happen. Between now, you should have an idea right now of what we're gonna do between now and the first week of December. We've followed about this, haven't we? Roughly this so far. It's been, like you have a plan, and sometimes the plan doesn't go your way. This plan's been pretty good, right? Not bad. Could be worse. For those of you that are, I want to bring up one thing. I don't want to sound bearish, but for those of you out there that have any call spreads on anything for end of the year, duration trades, we're right where you have to start making some decisions. I made a post on Twitter last night about it. If you read the whole thing and not just what you want to read on that post, if you read the entire post, It says that, this is the place for you to make a decision. I said it last night. Like, you're coming into the place where you make a decision if you're going to stay long. You make a decision if you're going to add, where to add. I just showed it to you this morning what that looks like. And there are bad outcomes. There are bad outcomes where we don't come back here again. There really are. I want to talk to you about that briefly right now, if I can. So, we're on this higher frame, right? I'm showing you this on like a 4-hour, a 1 day. You can do this. God, they didn't even wait. Look at how vicious they are. Ding. Is that hanging bear balls or something? What is that? Christmas? Are these Christmas decorations for bears? Guys are so vicious. What is there like a all the lonely street workers from the street are here today? I was in New York City a couple weeks ago, and I met some traders from the street, like legit ones. They were like, "I know who you are." I was like, "Really?" He's like, "Yeah." He brought his buddies over. We started chatting, and we're talking. It was cool. It's cool as fuck to meet those guys. These are all like big time licensed guys, gangsters. They're probably out there like, I'm stuck in the fucking hole right now trading with this asshole. Anyways, if you're out there watching right now, happy fucking Thanksgiving to you guys. What else? You can leave your trade on, but you could also hedge. So there's other options. I didn't put this in the post last night. You can just start hedging up here. Do a nice hedge out and just you figure the only other option for us here, you figure like 700-ish. Let's just call it 700 to 720. You know that people are going to want to sell, right? The only other option would be enter a bubble, and even if we entered a bubble or blow the bubble up some more, maybe. When I looked back in the 90s, there was a year where we traded sideways. There was like a sideways year in there. And then we had like the second bubble part 2. The 90s was a bigger bubble with a small bubble and then a sideways and then a larger bubble. There's a lot of pontificating that we're at the top of that second bubble right now. I don't know if I believe that. And I'll tell you why. I'll keep it simple. OpenAI. It's that fucking simple. If you look at the companies, Wolf Richter did a great post about this last month. Last month he did a post about the AI bubble, and he did one recently, like yesterday. And I think he tied in this most recent post to the old one, and he made a very fair point. His point, even before both of those posts, was if you want to know what brings the market down, everywhere I look, I can't see it. And I hear a lot of pontificating about it. And the pontificating that I read is inaccurate in my view. There are faults to those reasons. Just recently, I read one about CoreWeave. No, it wasn't Core. Was it? No, I don't know if it was CoreWeave or something else. But one of the other ones though was about housing market. They were trying to tie the housing market into it. Housing market's going to crash and everybody's fucked. 60% of mortgage holders today are the same ones that I warned you about years ago. They're under 4% in their mortgage. So remember this. Listen to this closely. Of mortgage holders today, 60% are under 4%. And most buyers today are cash buyers. That means that how do we trade sideways? How do we go down maybe for half the year and back up? How do we stay in the bubble? Wolf wrote this 2-piece article at some point. He says at this point with where everything is, it's got to be popping the AI bubble. And he made a comment in his last post about Amazon surviving. And that was a key one. He's telling you something without telling you something. And when I think about OpenAI, I think the same thing. They know, or not normally, but when we're starting into a bubble, what I noticed in the internet bubble was you had the first ramp going up, and you IPO a bunch of these internet companies, and you build the infrastructure for the internet. And I agree with all that. And then there was a second wave of internet IPOs. They were in the middle. And that's when we started doing the sideways thing. All those companies got hammered. Like they IPO at $40 and they would trade $2 by the time we were in the second part of the bubble. And then they, as soon as we traded sideways that year, they started IPOing like the Amazons. Amazon was like a late addition to the internet bubble. They saved it. And I remember at that time period, the bigger question was why there was a lot of, I remember that time period. I was in and around the market still then. I was trading, not trading, but I was buying and selling Bitcoin, I think. Nope, maybe not yet. But I was very aware of the market. I was in business school and stuff. And, I remember clearly, like, why is Amazon not IPOing? Are they going to IPO? Are they going to IPO? It was always swirling and swirling about them doing that. And they didn't IPO until the market was ready to start launching again. So it was like planned for them to not fail, and they didn't. They cranked. They cranked and cranked and cranked and cranked. They came back down. Once we hit the top of that bubble, they came back down. That would be like, I feel like watching like OpenAI would be for me. They would be that Amazon. When do they IPO it? They'll definitely do that thoughtfully. They will thoughtfully IPO that company. I guarantee it. And if that company go up there and, bam a high, bam a high, bam a high like Amazon, everybody gets paid, everybody's happy, and then we're rolling that bubble. But I would use that company as, unless you guys have someone better, I think that's the company to watch for that second bubble. When do they IPO? Why? They're probably very smart people saying, IPO it right now. They definitely, that's the crown jewel, right? And we have to not build out the infrastructure for the internet. We have to build out the infrastructure for what? Let's be honest. AI, right? Robotics, machine learning, quantum, even if it doesn't make money, doesn't really matter. Doesn't matter if we all get washed out. They're all going to get washed out, but an infrastructure needs there. We don't live in an authoritarian regime, even though some of you think that we do right now. You're still going to get the build out. You're still going to get the build out. To say we're not going to do this, or we have these issues or that issue or this issue doing it, or it's a dead end or whatever you want to say, there was a lot of that talk in the internet too. I had my parents really loved me in that way. They got me the Commodore 64. They got me the Commodore 128. They got me the Apple 2GS, I think, too. I think I might have missed the 2E or something, or 2G. I don't remember exactly. And then I started getting the 286s and the 486s. We had a computer station, and we did the dial-up thing. And matter of fact, I did the tape cassette, I think, at one point. I think that was a form of internet at one point. I could be wrong, but I think that was. And then you've got, all right, let's watch this 10 a.m. flows. See if they're going to start buying this or losing this. This remains here. If we can get a new high, we'll start going up once more. Watch this closely here. But the thought process here is, if you're one of those people that are saying, crush it all, crush AI, crush scam. I think it's a scam too. In its current state, yeah, it's getting better. But, do I think that this is all going to be here one day? Yeah, I think they're going to build out that infrastructure. I think wealthy individuals will ensure that gets built out, and that we can compete. It's on par to me as the internet is on par with the nuclear arms race. It's on par with it's on par with that type of thing. It is, and it's on the same par as an industrial revolution. What do you do as a country? Do you not build machinery? Do you not build the factories? Do you not build cars and Do not build planes. Do not build the internet. You got to think about that. Will there be destruction along the way? Of course there will be. It's going to be a part of it. Does it end today, the bubble? I'm going to say no. I'm going to say that we're probably a little early in calling that. Like, hey, the bubble's going to pop. You might get like a popped bubble in a bigger bubble. So my point behind this is that, we're talking about 720 or 700. What that could lead into would be either a sideways year to enter the bubble, or even going higher. I think that's the smaller chance, like going really high in the beginning of this year. They could do that. Market could do that to hammer the door closed on no continuation in bubble. There's potential for that. I think it's small though, 3%, 5%. But to say we couldn't do some kind of a sideways year and then have continuation, you flush out, your maybe not your core weave, maybe your core weave, maybe there's a new core weave. I saw Anger reading an article about how core weave is just basically the top line is they're assuming all the risk, right? And something that's likely going to fail. I'm fine with that too. The country hasn't picked it up. There probably is money coming from the country. There's probably some form of QE light, where you have central banks being given money, or central banks giving money to prime banks loaning that to riskier banks and hedge funds, that in turn hands that money in the form of revolving credit and loans to risky ventures. Yeah, slap the wrist of the accountants. You're so bad. It's just another way for a state like us, nation state, to fund the infrastructure for this to happen. Now, how that happens and how we get there, that's left up for you as a citizen, right? You vote, you don't vote, you do vote, you argue, you whine and bitch on the internet. I do the same thing, or some form of that, right? You try to have your say into how it happens. But to think that isn't going to build out is, it's insane. And that would be putting national security at risk for the West. Just say it. Not for the United States, for the West. Just say it to you. National security for the West. So when we talk about the bubble popping and when it pops and how it pops, how bad is it? If we're at the depths of hell next year in a sideways trade, say we're trading 5,600, is that the bubble popped? I don't think so. I don't think so at all. That's less than 20% down next year. Come back up for a failure of a new all-time high. That's a sideways year. So the mean is probably something like that into next year. Consider that as we move forward here. Consider the 700, 720. Consider a hedge in the next year as we move into December. And we're up at a high right now. Just got 679.41. Perfect time to hedge. 680, not bad. It's like the start, isn't it? 680, 700, 720. 680, you're given a second chance right now to hedge next year. So start considering that stuff as we move forward. If you don't like hedging, I understand that too. I know a lot of you guys are just ad for 20, 30 years. I respect that too. I love it. I know some of you day trade, don't care. You're like, I don't care where we go, Cap. I don't give a fuck about no bubble. Come in, make money, and I'm out. I realize there's different groups of you out there doing different things. But for those of you that do the duration trade with the triggers, where you sell SPOOs and you accumulate it again on a major correction of some kind, that's the messages to you guys out there for that. What else do we have here? So it's Thanksgiving. We have the AI bubble trade. We have we're at 680, the inflection point. And I just want to describe where we are on a smaller basis here, real quick if I can. You're like, why, Cap, are we talking about this right now? We're in risk off, then we're want to get in risk on, and why does that matter? You guys should be able to see this clear as day. If you are, put this over here, if you're on a 1 minute basis, this is what took place, okay? So we make our way up, let's say, right? Come back down, 1 and 2, right? And we bounce with a new low. This is the risk off. So we don't want to go any lower than this here. We went here. And when we came up, we failed. Hold on here. Oop. Do this one right here. We came up, we bounced, and we failed. And the moment that we failed was risk off. Now, pretend we're on a 1 minute trigger here or whatever. This is the 1 minute here. We bounced. 1 minute's now above. And the 1 minute wants to like pull us down right here to the downside. So now we're watching the retracement right here. And if you have failure by buyers up here, we go down, don't we? There's like a place for us to go down here. Now, if we go up high enough, we just get the tick, that's bullish. But even so, you still need what? You still need a back test. You still need that new high up here, right? You need to back test this, and then you're back into the 1 minute trigger. Getting bullish again, right? You want to take their stops, and then we're out of here. Same trade. It's just on a higher frame. Where we are right now. It's on another higher frame. So we're in the middle of that big, like, we're in the middle right now of that big, 1, 2, 3, up and away. And we're not quite past it yet. So you just want to consider that on this higher frame like you would on a 1 minute trigger. And we can look at it just like this too. See how we're up here right now? Right? We get sold down right here. And what's a bear looking for right now? Or a seller? He's looking for a rejection, right? Well, that would be your new low. Bloodbath, come back up, right? Same shit, right? It's on a different frame. This is a 1 minute trigger. It's same shit. Literally repeated again and again and again and again. So if you were going to here, start to want to make your way higher here, what would you see? Be looking for? You want to see that new high, right? And that back test right there, right? And you're still not safe right here, are you? What do I say to you guys? You want to hit that one right there, don't you? And then that one right there. And then you can start saying, oh, yeah, baby. Took all their stops. We're out of here. Rip faces off, right? The exact same thing right now at this moment. It's playing out in this smaller frame in 1 minute. That's playing out in a larger frame. Right? So this would be what? This would be what took place, right? Oh, God, blood, terrible. Market's going to crash. Sweep all this stuff down here. Suck back up again. Right? There's your hourly trigger. See it? This is your daily trigger. And you're just looking for that, right there, right there, and then you're back off and running again. So you can play these back out again on every frame, right? You're watching for the same price action. Every frame. There's a great guy on YouTube. He's got every film is what? Every frame is something. Every frame is a full. I don't know what it's called. It's a YouTube channel. He says like every frame is a painting or something. And I think there's some overlap in that with film in stock market. So you can see the same things playing out on different time frames. And you want to be watching those very closely because you know where the what? You know where the highest probability wins are, don't you? You know where the lowest probability wins are. You know where the danger is on a 1 minute and 5 minute. You know where the danger is on an hourly and daily basis. You can say the same thing about daily basis and weekly basis. You can say the same thing about weekly basis and monthly basis. It's more glaring on individual tickers and not ETFs, but you can clearly see it. That same motion playing out on different frames. So let's watch this today. Hey, we tagged it. Sweet. We're looking up again. Where do we tag it? Do you want to see it? Why are these gone now? Because you have this high right here. And we just beat one, right? So what? Just got another tick right here. We can get up here and hit that one right there. That's not going to be good, is it, for the Bears? Then we'll do that one right there, right? See what happens here. See that line right there? See that line right there? We did this a couple weeks ago, right about here. I was like, oh shit, risk off time. We're not there right now. Not the moment. We're not there just yet. It was the same price action. Watch that closely right there. So my wife hates crust. I'm like, what is wrong with you? That's like someone that says they don't prefer cold, chilled in the can cranberry sauce. Cold canned cranberry sauce. And the best part about any pie is a from scratch crust that's big. More crust, please, sir. I need to eat a piece of crust in every bite of my pie. And I want the pie crust that's underneath to be slightly wet. Not wet, but, moist. And you cannot, if you're going to warm a pie up over this weekend, do not burn that fucking crust. I don't care if you have to shut the entire operation down, turn that oven on 115 and watch it. Do not let it be in there burning. Just warm. You gotta get the inside warm so it's just hot enough. Just about to burn your mouth. Not burn the butter in the crust, and not put that brown, like that dark brown burnt thing on the outside of it. Don't try scraping it off and all that nastiness. You got to pay attention when you're rewarming pies. Yeah, I was just talking to my wife the other day, and she was going to buy some crappy pie. No, it wasn't crappy pie. It was that like our version of Italy. You don't know what that place is? And I was like, no. We're spend some money on a pie. Like, even if you just get one, you get the correct pie that's done right. I mean, my wife will eat the like pumpkin pies from the grocery store. And the apple pies, not me. I want that best pie I can get. The best pie I can get. And there's one other thing here, too. I despise you if you live in the South because you have the best desserts in the entire country. There is no one that messes with some Southern cakes and pies. If there's any part of the United States that has the best pies in the whole country, best dessert, the South. I've lived there. I had no idea it was that good. I thought even following a recipe in the north or anywhere else, the west or the east, they ain't got nothing on southern pies, nothing on southern cakes, and they have all kinds of funky names for pies that have nothing, no basis. I was just looking at an Italian cake. I think it's called Italian. What is it called? Is it Italian cream cake? Has nothing to do with Italy. They just call it that. But it's so good. It's not even funny. It's like stupid. It's got walnuts and stuff, and it's got like this like Italian cream in there, and I think it's got cream cheese and all kinds of stupid shit. And it's like 8 layers, like really thick, big, tall cake. If you're in the South and you're able to get yourself like your great grandmother's still alive making cakes, or someone you know at church or whatever, you know the person, and you got some of those cakes and pies for Thanksgiving. Whew. I'm trying to fight their way back right now. Look at the buyers holding on for dear life right here. You'll find out if they can hold this or not. They didn't do so well here. Okay, so I tried to get a banana cream pie. I went to the best pie shop, and I was grateful they were honest with me. I couldn't find a legit banana cream pie. I looked. I couldn't find one. I couldn't find the banana cream pie. They were honest with me. They were like, a lot of flavor in there. I'm like, no, that ain't the one. I'm like, I want the fresh bananas. I want that little bit of chocolate inside the crust. I want it all natural. Couldn't get one. I was upset about it. I've never had Buckeye pie. What's in that? Ooh. Oh, yeah. Peanut butter and chocolate. That sounds delicious, believe it or not. Can you put ice cream on it or anything? Whipped cream? Oh, look at this. Bull's trying to. This is called a reversal candle here. It's pretty good. Look at that. Now they violated their downside move here. This is what we wanted to see that week right here. We wanted to see an immediate reaction to the upside. Still need a new high. Still no new high here. It looks like the bulls are trying to save themselves here. They're pulling their pants up. We're not quite in the move yet. We're not in the move yet. There's a bear trap here. You just need this tick. It'll come back down again if we get it. Otherwise, we're stuck in the middle still. No trade here. Ooh, Cap, I'm Sicilian. Sicilian cassata cake is a traditional Italian cake from Sicily. Oh, made with layers of sponge cake soaked in liquor. Oh, a creamy ricotta filling and marzipan or fondant icing. Oh, that sounds so good. I think that that Italian cream cake I was talking about, that has nothing to do with Italy. They use pound cake. That's like that's my like if I love like a what are they called? I like a strawberry shortcake with any kind of cake or muffin or whatever. I'll eat it with anything. But my favorite is pound cake. I never liked the angel food cake in that one, but that sounds delicious. I guess what I did get? I got I tasted and I got a it sounds like your cake. I got a tres leche cake. Those things are gangster too. It's just like pouring more sweet sugary stuff over the top of it. Italian cassata or a Sicilian cassata cake. I gotta try that. We have an Italian food store here, a big one like Italy. But it's not. I'll have to see if they have one there. I'll check. They probably do. This doesn't look like a bear flag to me. I'll tell you exactly what it was. We violated the lows right here for bear. And you were looking for, if you're a bear, you were looking for a green bar or two and a straight failure right here. That's what you were looking for. The hockey stick saved it right here. This is why you don't take a short just yet. You got to watch the price action within this thing here. You can see it, right? The bulls are back buying right now, and all they need is this one tick. If they get that tick, the buyback or the check back will be a rip. Watch it closely here. Watch the ticks. Happy Thanksgiving to you all out there. No, I haven't sold anything. Actually, I haven't sold a fucking thing. I'm still long everything. I've closed out some calls that I had. I still have calls into the year. I haven't sold anything. That's a good question. I am in the camp. If you read the post that I made that said we're risk off, and you read the entire post, so the day we triggered risk off, I made two posts. The one that I'm speaking about is the second warning post. And in that second warning post, I said, I still don't think the all-time high is in. I still think we're in this distribution. My view has not changed. It's been the same since September, and I've made you I've made you aware of this when we started talking about Marco. When we started talking about Marco, I used that name as a heel. But at the same time, I told you that the trade began on September 17. There's a distribution pattern being played out. And I felt as though it was when I saw Larry Williams was more bearish. And the first time he got bearish. Then Marco got bearish. And when I saw those two guys, I figured in my head that what they had seen was what I had seen. But on a shorter time frame, and some of that price action did look like that, like we were into that third distribution push. But I think it played it. I felt as though it's too big. The market is full of elephants. They move way slower than you and I do, and so I'm still in believing that you will sell a vertical move. You'll see like look, this is basically a liquidity grab, but we're in the middle of, I think, in my view. So in this last liquidity grab, it should be violence to the upside. And we should rip faces off up there at some point, either now or end of year. We should trade that 700 and reject it. At least the first time, right? We have a date there. We didn't come all the way up here not to have that date. I don't think you're getting that gotcha moment at 85. I think you're going to get, the 85. Well, we hit 90. We got to remember we hit 90 the first time we rolled. Everyone rolled their calls higher. There's still some out there, not many, but there's still some. We should go up there and fail that 95 or touch 705 or something. And that should be a watershed moment for the market, something like that. And so I'm still in believing in that. If you read that post, if the first part of it's extremely bearish, it should be. But the second part of that post is, I still see that high out there hanging. I think that's the high to sell. I think it's easier on smaller frames to crush those distributions. Oftentimes when I see that distribution pattern like a 1 minute or hourly basis, it looks like this. It goes like usually this is usually, it's called like a FOMO thrust, and then it's like this, and then like this, and then we roll. That's what it looks like. It's easier to rip these lows off on a smaller frame. So it's easier for these to fail early. But if they do fail early, they always come back up here and we hit the last one. On a higher frame, they're not as easy to fail. They tried it on the 85 or 90 and 85. They tried to do the early roll. But normally if that happens, you'll violently come back up and finally hit that high, and then the distribution will be complete. This is all wick off stuff. Whack off, depending on who you are. Here goes the squeeze right there. You got the new high right here. Back test. There was the high. There's the back test ramp. We're going to trade this right now. Then we'll come back down here, and we'll look to get above again, even higher. I'll just draw this for you now. Here was the high. Back test. We should go right about here. And then take out that high. Just like that. What else? So no, not closing anything. I haven't put a hedge on either. I actually believe in this trade. I believed in it since September. I think I could see that. I think the push higher was the take for me, or the give for me to be like, yeah, it's gonna take some time. So I do believe that we trade 700, 695, 705, somewhere in there. I can't say anything about 720 right now. There is an example of it in the 90s in that sideways year trade. That's what they did. They ripped us up. They ripped us up for like 2 straight months. I think we went violent up for like January, February. I don't think you can take that trade at this moment. I think you have to wait for the new year. I think when we come into New Year in January, if we're gonna sell January or February, we have to be very good about it. I think we have to be militant about. I think it's only gonna get harder from here into January. I hope it's cleaner and easier to go down, but what I don't want to do is like come in on January being a high and we're all like fucking sell, and it immediately turns into like a pullback and then going vertical again. That has a chance of happening. That would be a repeat of that would change the whole narrative. It would change the narrative into like so you'd be like, you get the rate cut in January or March. We'd be going up, pricing all that stupid shit in and FOMO and shit, and then you'd sell the news on the cut or two. We're not there yet, so I don't want to talk about it too much. What it does, it like gives a buffer. It like preserves a sideways trade. You get down 30%, let's say, bloodbath. Everybody, it's like, oh my god, the market's over, the bubbles pop in, all that fucking bullshit, and then the street comes out one day and they say, we've done enough. We've burned off enough monthly and weekly and quarterly velocity. We can go again. That's how you stay in the bubble. You don't know. They did it in February. In fact, this past February they did the same thing. It was like a test run. So how do you stay in a bubble? You start crashing a lot, in very short periods of time, and you reset that higher frame velocity, and the market can go higher. I don't know if we can do that, but if we do, that's what it would look like, or it should look like, some version of that. Ramp us in like Jan, Feb, and then you get your 30%, and we trade sideways, and we consolidate, and all of a sudden we move back into like some kind of stupid like bull market until we fight China or something. You know what I mean? I kind of think that might even stop an invasion of Taiwan too. Cold War could ramp to a point where it's very similar to like 60s and 70s and 80s. Yeah, if they had closed, hey Kurt, what's going on? Happy Thanksgiving, brother. I gotta readjust myself here today. You're gonna see me doing a lot of like. You're gonna see me doing really weird shit like push up and all that kind of stuff. I have to like reposition my ass. See if Mr. Yen's out there. Is he on today? Is he streaming anymore? I don't even know if he is or not. Happy Thanksgiving to you too, Super Gal. Good to see you. I thought he changed his channel. Someone said he changed his channel at one point. What the name of his channel? Oh, there he is. Look at that sexy beast. I don't see anything on right now. Let me see. He's doing short form videos now? Okay, I get that. Oh, he's on TikTok too? That's badass. He's on TikTok now. I think that's badass. Hold on, let me check. See, maybe he's doing a live stream on TikTok. Gotta go hunt him down now. Find out where he is. Where is he slumming? I he's doing all kinds of cool ass TikTok videos. It's bad as fuck. Dude, gangster. All right. I see him here. I see his picture. Fucking still looking like a stud. Oh yeah, they got me on I got a bunch of stuff going on. I don't want to talk about it at the moment. I give it like a week or two. I want to make sure I got some stuff coming back I got to check first before I start talking about it. I don't want to talk too much about it right now. No point. I'll know more this week. Buy cell phones up here. I don't see him on right now. Hopefully he's with family and hanging out. If he comes on, I'll check back again. Yeah, JJ, they got they do have me on rehab already. They ran tests. I had to go to 2 doctors yesterday. I had like my doctor stepped in. So I was doing some private medicine stuff yesterday, and then my doctor stepped in, and I have like now I've got the hospital, I've got the private, and I've got the doctor, and they're all. And it's Thanksgiving, so I'm like, all right, thank you. Like, I have to show the appreciation for fitting me in at the last possible moment, do what they tell me to do, and there's some danger to me too. So like, if I strain myself too much, I can't do that right now. Like I had to cancel some stuff. My family, they're okay, but they're upset. My oldest, like you can see my oldest and my youngest. I'm not gonna say this too loud. My youngest is here. My oldest, I think my oldest went to Friendsgiving yesterday. She came home early. She was supposed to like stay with friends until today. She came home in the middle of the night. And my youngest is a little upset. I just canceled some events that I have to do that I can't do. Even if I try to like not hurt myself, I'm on some like things right now that are stopping me from feeling pain. Not opioids, but I can injure myself even worse right now if I start being lackadaisical. Oh, I feel fine. I'm not fine. And I will do that. I'm that guy. I will hurt myself. So what we're gonna do here is time is it right now? Dude, what are these people trying to do? Watch this closely here. See this high and this lower high right here? Bulls need this one. We need this one. If we don't, we're gonna party. Need that one right there, right now. So we're altering our plans in our family, and I have to go see family in 2 weeks. I have to go see some family in New England, in Boston, and some friends. I'm going to see Vol Wiz. I'm going to Boston to see Volatility Wiz. Yep. And I got to be careful what I'm doing right now. And anyways, I got to try to make my kids happy. I'm gonna need their help too. Like get a Christmas tree, do the Christmas tree thing, but like Daddy can't get the Christmas tree now. Hang tight 1 second here. I'm in trouble again. I'm in this like weird place right now. Like Daddy's sick, right? So they understand that. But then my youngest just booked an appointment for me to sign. Maybe she thinks I'm dying or something. She wants me to go. My youngest wants me to go and help her get her passport. She's not allowed to get her passport without Daddy there in case Mommy's trying to take her out of the country away from me forever. That's not why. That's the government wants. Yeah. The sciatica takes 2 weeks to heal on it. So that's if the bubble comes down, right? If the bubble, I injured it again. I made it worse. I made it worse on someday this weekend. I hurt it again. I hurt it twice. I'm on full, like, I'm not supposed to do shit right now. They want me to, like, stand up all day long, right? No, I can't go running or anything. They don't want me lying down. And they don't want me doing anything. I can't even pick up, like, a box of groceries. Can't do that. I'm not supposed to do shit. Like, I shouldn't have anything in my hands, basically. They gave me this whole thing, like, I'm like re-injuring myself not as we speak, but basically all day long I'll do some stupid shit. Like Creature of Habit. 26 Grumpy. So what I'm doing is I'm re-injuring myself. I've never had a sciatic nerve injury in my life. Never. First time. I've had real bad injuries. Like I've ripped muscles right off my back. My lower back. I've torn muscles like clean off. Like can't get up. Have to sleep on the floor, like concrete preferably, kind of stuff. So go back and heal. And I've never had a sciatic issue until now. First time in my life. Yeah, I've done damage over the years. I know I've done damage. 100%. I'm slowly falling apart as I get older. Physically, I'm slowly falling apart. Knees are really bad. I didn't want to get my knees done because I wanted to get as many more years as I could out of them. A lot of my friends have had all of my friends started getting their knees done in their 30s. They either didn't take or they couldn't do what they once could do. So I was like, well, fuck it. I'll do it until my kneecap literally falls off my knees. And that's what I've done. And I've had a fucking kick-ass time. I've skied, I've hiked and biked still, like long trips, backpack trips, you name it. Then everything I said I would go do. So I got to pay a price for that. I'm assuming at some point too. I'm assuming that that's what's going to happen. I'd rather be in a fucking wheelchair at 70 or 80 than, having not done the things I wanted to do in life. And I got to goddamn do them. I'm not going to whine here and complain. I've done every cool ass thing in the world. Everything you can do, I've done at least once. Unless it was, I told you guys already that there's some things I'll never do. Inherently dangerous things where I'm not in control. I even still hate flying. I want to be the fucking pilot. I don't want anyone fucking killing me. Outside of those kind of things, like I hate helicopters. I've only flown on helicopters in the Army. Bunch of psychos. All you flyers, all you fucking helicopter pilots. Fuck you. You know the ones. You know what I'm talking about. All you military pilots can go on to greener pastures, driving big buses. When you were in the military, I know exactly what you were like. Bunch of savages. You ruined flying for me for the rest of my life. Nope, never done heli skiing. I have done cat skiing. I've been offered heli skiing, never done it. I would probably do heli skiing though. I would feel safer crashing into a mountain with snow on it, believe it or not. Good question. Maybe that's just my head telling me I'd be fine. It's really no joke. This sciatica thing, I had no idea. I knew it was bad, but I didn't know it was that bad. My dad had it. My dad had it so bad when they were first learning how to do back stuff in like the 90s or whatever. They were trying all this new shit. He did all that. They scraped his pelvic bone, and they packed the bone on his spinal cord to fuse it. And now his leg is dead. He still has it, but they've offered to cut it off a few times. His foot is dead. His right foot is gone. It's like they're all curled up. He went through opioid addiction too. That was brutal to go through. Watching him go through that was one of the worst things I've ever seen. Someone that I deeply care about. Watched him go through opioid addiction, and that robbed him of 3 years of his life. Like robbed him. And then having to get off the opioid addiction to continue to manage the pain and the eventual, deterioration of his physical life, is no fun either, right? Just seeing that. He doesn't take opioids anymore, but his pain management and physical things he has to do later in life starting to catch up to him now. And I knew it was bad. I knew it was bad how he described it to me, but I had no idea it was that level of pain, debilitating pain. Yeah. Another example of listening closely to the wisdom of your forefathers. Your parents telling you, or someone older than you telling you it's really fucking bad, and you're like, "Oh, I got this pain over here that's got to be just as bad as him," and nope. Sad because no joke. Like no joke. They all eat each other. Mojo. They all eat each other. I used to I had a guy and I was in the army, right? And I got out of the army and then I moved to a place called Utah and I hung out with a guy that was Mormon. He was never a veteran or anything. He taught me more about like survival and hunting and stuff like that than I ever learned anywhere else. This guy taught me everything. Taught me about prepping, all this cool shit that Mormons do. He's a Mormon guy, but he lived that shit. Like he was a Mormon. And I remember when like the side-by-sides first came out, I didn't think of it like snowmobiling. Snowmobilers know this. Like, you can get stuck out in the middle of nowhere. If you don't have another snowmobile with you, dangerous. And I remember one time, like you're saying with the helicopter, they eat each other with the planes that crash in the mountains. We lost a belt out in the woods once on one, and that sucked. I was scared. I was like, I never thought about how far in the middle of nowhere we actually are. We're out in the Uintas, and I was like, we're probably good 50 miles away from like a human, something like that. I had to call my boss on that one too. I was like, I'm not coming in today. I'm like sitting at a high peak going, I don't think I'm coming to work today. How far away are you? Really fucking far. Really fucking far. We walked out of that. It sucked. And it was like fall, so it was like perfect weather. We actually broke trail. We were so scared. So it was weird. We were so scared in the middle of nowhere. Instead of trying to take the trail, it was so far away, miles wise, we broke trail to get off the mountain. And breaking, if you've never been on a mountain that we break trail, it ain't fun. It is not fun. It's like walking through snow. And we got back at nighttime though. We did make it back. But that was wild. Yeah, so I agree with you. If you crash in the mountains, it's not fun. I don't think the vehicle matters. I think the vehicle could be like a snowmobile, side by side, horses, pack mule. Doesn't matter. Farther you go, if you don't have a spare set of wheels of some kind. Thanks, Binky. Happy Thanksgiving, Binky. Happy Thanksgiving to all of you in there. Happy Thanksgiving to everybody inside that Discord. Come on now. Let's get one more pop on this. I'm going to try to put a trade on here. Hold on. Hey. My EV TV is bumping. Hell yeah. Hello, EV TV. That's another shit code that I added that's looking pretty good right now. Hell yeah. EV TV, baby. Woo. I haven't looked at that one in like fucking days. EV TV. Hell yeah. I ran had a nice little sell on it today, but they cranked too. Come on, EV TV, you can do it. Holy shit, TGT. Holy Christ. Fuck yeah. SGD coming back for the stick save. Oh yeah. All my shitcodes are doing better. Dude, $1.03 on Beyond. I need higher on Beyond. No, I need a bigger green bar than that. Battle Scar Sciatica. Give me some spy calls, baby. Slap that 680. Slap that fucker. Get right up there. We are not, just a note to you too, we're not sharp correcting for the gap right now. We are flat correcting, moving higher, slopping into this new high up here. This is implying we're going to get one more high into the close too. We have one more slap up.